Democratic Congressman Roger Krishnamoorthi of Illinois, also a member of the Intelligence Committee who questioned Robert Mueller last week. Congressman, first, I guess, do you think that the president is attacking Cummings specifically because of the chair's work on these investigations?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's attacking Chairman Cummings because he's effective. I'll just give you a couple examples. Chairman Cummings was the one who led the charge in removing the citizenship question from the census. He is the one who has been leading the charge, for instance, on these security clearance issues, including, investigating why the heck Jared Kushner has access to top secret clearance. And then last, among other things, he's been leading the charge on the immigration issues on the border and the separation of children and families, and also holding people like Kevin McAleenan and the CBP accountable for the money that's being sent down to help with the humanitarian crisis, a crisis that I'm actually going down tomorrow to the Mexican border to view on behalf of the Oversight Committee along with my colleagues.
The subpoenas that have been issued for the president's daughter and Jared Kushner, her husband, the president's son-in-law, yes, among a few others, what is the substance of those subpoenas?
Gosh, as you know, these folks are the subject of various investigations, everything from security clearance issues to whether or not they are using their personal emails for official business, which would be a violation of the Presidential Records Act. And so these are things that touch intimately, obviously, on the president's family. But that's obviously something that he has caused himself by appointing these people to such high positions.
The Oversight Committee's work, the report they just released, is quite damning, I think, in many respects. It traces out the degree to which foreign influence flowed through the campaign. But am I correct that that deal is still being pursued and is a live issue?
This particular deal, the issue with regard to the sensitive nuclear technology?
Yes.
Yes. This is something that they're actively pursuing, Tom Barrack and IP3 and others. Apparently in December 2017, Rick Perry actually gave preliminary approval on behalf of the Department of Energy for transferring this technology. Now, there's something called the Section 123 Act, Section 123 of the Atomic Energy Act, which requires congressional approval for such transfers, namely to make sure that there are safeguards such that such technology cannot be used to make a nuclear weapon. This is called the quote-unquote gold standard, which Tom Barrack and IP3 and other Trump associates want to water down or completely kill in order to basically make sure that the Saudis end up purchasing their technology.
Do you, the president, the most consistent through line in the president's foreign policy, which I think is even more consistent than his behavior with Russia, is the Saudis. I mean, he broke with American tradition to go there as his first act. He has sort of lavish praise on the man who, according to U.S. intelligence agencies, sent his goon squad to murder and then hack to death with a saw an American newspaper columnist. At every turn, he's backed Saudis in the war in Yemen, in their Iran policy. Are you confident he's doing that because of his foreign policy judgment and not because of his bottom line?
No, not at all. I think he's totally this is the same issue that we see with Vladimir Putin, okay? There's something in the financial ties between the Trump family and the Saudis, or Trump interests, or people associated with Trump and the Saudis that motivates this very strange behavior. And in this particular case, that Tom Barrack is one of his largest donors. He's the chairman of the president's inaugural committee, and he's a confidant, and he is trying his darndest to try to skirt congressional approval and transfer this technology. But, I got to say, we can't trust the Saudis with a bone saw, let alone a nuclear weapon. They should never get their hands on a nuclear weapon in this in a region that's basically a tinderbox. And I hope that we oppose this on a bipartisan basis in Congress.
Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, thank you very much.